Hi everybody, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome, and welcome to Kayla's Craft and Crochet Love. If you're returning, of course, it's always lovely to have you stop by and see what I've been up to. So I'm finally coming on to share with you guys some of my finished crochet and knitting projects that I've kind of accumulated throughout the past like 6-7 weeks, however long it's been since my last episode. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing like really like episodes anymore. I'm gonna kind of make it more like casual, just come on, talk about finished objects. Maybe sometimes I'll show little yarn hauls and stuff, and I think I'm gonna do it that way. That way my episodes might not be as long, even though mine weren't usually too bad, but and they'll just be thrown in whenever I have stuff to show instead of being like every 2 weeks. So that's part of the little bit of a change. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just go check out my last video. Not my last video, the video before last. The last one I posted was a haul of random stuff, and then the video before that, I think I called it like a time for change or something like that, just goes over some changes I'm doing in my, or I've been going through in my personal life and also with my YouTube channel. So I have a few finished objects. I don't have as many as I thought I had, but then I remembered that one of them is actually a cardigan that I gave to my mom for her birthday, and it was a seafoam cardigan, which I've made one before. I wear it often. So it was a nice burgundy color, and I forgot to get a picture of it too, so I can't even show you, but that was one of my finished objects. So I'll just go right into it and show you the few little things that I have. So I'll start with knitting. I haven't been doing a whole lot of knitting, and I made these all within a few days, and I have to apologize. They may have hair in them, which they definitely do, especially this one. So this is the first one I made. It is a hair scrunchie, and this one is kind of pulling apart because I'm pretty sure my cats got a hold of it and were playing with it because they love yarn. They like yarn that's already been like knitted or crocheted with. So so this is the first one I made, and it turned out like giant. I tried putting this in my hair and it just felt like it weighed my head down. So I haven't been using it. It'll probably turn into a cat toy, to be honest, but this was like a prototype. You can see it has sparkle in it. And this yarn I actually bought at Dollar Tree. Let's see if I have one. So it's, I also have to apologize for the lighting. It's really gloomy out today, so the lighting might be kind of off. But it's Crafter's Square, and it's 100% polyester. They're 50-gram balls. So that's like a Dollar Tree brand that we have here in Canada, because I know I've seen quite a few people from the US buying like Premier yarns, but all we have is Crafter's Square brand pretty much. So it's nice yarn though. It's like a DK 2 weight. There's not really much information on it, so I'd call it a DK. So anyways, my hair's gotten really long. If you go back to some of my first videos, I had like short hair. At one point I had a pixie cut, and because of the pandemic, for the longest times our hairdressers were closed. Within the past year and a half, I've gotten my hair cut once, and it was just a trim. So my hair is probably down to like here now, and it's curly, wavy. So I've been pulling it up in the messy bun a lot. So I decided to try and make some scrunchies. But I wanted to try knitting them just because I felt like knitting at the time. So I found a pattern, but for my tension it didn't really work, so I just kind of tweaked it and did my own thing. I'm sorry, my throat, I feel like I'm gonna choke or something. Got my water. Sorry about that. Anyways, I kind of tweaked it because this is basically, not even, I had to tweak it for this one too, just because my tension, when I cast on tight, so that's why this one turned out so big. So I don't use this one because it's way too heavy, like even just holding it, it's heavy. So I redid it my own way. And this one looks kind of funny because I have worn this one a few times. So it's the same color. You can see it's kind of twisted a funny way, but I guess it doesn't matter because it just goes in your hair. So I just knit in the round, cast on a certain amount, knit in the round until it measured a certain amount, and then I just sewed it around a hair tie. And I really like how it turned out. And I've obviously worn this one quite a bit. And then I decided to play around with color and I did a striped one. So, yeah, fun. I want to try doing some with crochet as well. I think they'd make nice little Christmas gifts for some of my friends who have longer hair. I don't know if they use scrunchies, but I like using scrunchies. I find they don't pull my hair as much. So, yeah. So I just did stripes this one. So I just did 2 rows of blue, 2 rows of pink, and I alternated and I carried the yarn up the inside. So I made 3 of those. And I thought it was great that I was able to use Dollar Tree yarn because out of 1 ball I can get about 3 scrunchies depending. So if I alternate the colors I can get 3. I might still have a little bit of the blue left, but I'm not sure. So that's one thing. I'll share this next. So this one I actually finished a while ago. I haven't even worn it yet. I love this yarn so much. It's by Stitch Noir Fiber Company, I think. Stitch Noir. She's based out of Hamilton, I believe. Hamilton, Ontario. So back in May, there was this collective going on between a bunch of fiber artists and stuff, and it's called Be a Freaking Unicorn. So basically, I think it was 40 fiber artists or fiber related things like stitch markers and stuff, and it was all on one website where it linked to all their websites, and a portion from every sale of certain products went towards LGBTQ plus foundations and stuff. So like for Stitch Noir, she donated to the AIDS network or something like that. I had all the information ready to tell you guys, and I don't know where I put it all. So, but it was donated to LGBTQ foundation. I'm sorry, my brain is mush today. Anyways. So there were so many beautiful things, like every artist had beautiful things. There were so many things I wanted, but I let myself buy from one company, and this is my first time buying from her, and I was so surprised by her yarn. It is so vibrant. So I just bought 1 skein, and I decided to make a little shawlette. So most of the fiber artists had like so it was like, it's hard to explain. It was like each artist had one product that the money raised would go towards those foundations. So most of them were called Be a Freaking Unicorn. So this is Stitch Noir's Be a Freaking Unicorn. And I love it. I love the colors. It's like neon in person. Like you can kind of tell on the camera, but it is neon. And I love it. I am very much a bright colored person, so I just made a little shawlette. I was looking for patterns that could work with 1 skein, but I couldn't find one that I really liked that I found worked with this yarn. So I made my own little unicorn shawlette, as I call it. So I just kind of fudged my way through it because I like doing it that way. So I did little like lacy sections and some double crochets. Oh no, they were extended half double crochets, I think. And then I did like a little frilly kind of edging. But I just think it's really cute. It's not huge. It'll be good as like a little cowl kind of thing. I can put it on properly. Kind of tight. So I can stand up and show you. So just a nice little neck wrap kind of thing. I really like it. I did block it. Before it was blocked, it was so much smaller because I remember finishing it and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work. So I blocked the heck out of it and I'm really happy with the results. So I will have to, I'll probably wear it in the winter. It's been too hot, too rainy here, so yes, I love it. I love this yarn. Definitely recommend the yarn. So they don't, so unfortunately any of the Be a Freaking Unicorn stuff is it was only for sale until May 24th. I had wanted to come on and talk about it, but I was not in a good frame of mind then. So unfortunately you can't get the Be a Freaking Unicorn stuff this year. Maybe, I think they're planning on doing it again, so keep an eye out. There is an Instagram tag, hashtag Be a Freaking Unicorn, I believe, or hashtag BAFU, and you can see all the finished objects that people have made with their yarn. I also bought stitch markers. They're on a project somewhere right now. They're knitting stitch markers, but they're unicorns and rainbows and stuff. They're just really cute. So, next thing I'll talk about, I only have 2 more things. Look at that. I'm just going to show you real quick. That is Stitch Noir's business card. So if you're interested, and there's her Instagram and Facebook. Really pretty stuff. So, a few weeks ago, my husband was hanging out with one of his friends going for a walk and stuff. And I was home alone, and when I'm home alone, I tend to go and shop online. I don't know, I often don't buy stuff, but that night I was in a mood, so I bought 2 crochet books. The first one I bought, I didn't make anything from it, but I just wanted to show you guys because I thought it was so cute. It's called Mini Amigurumi Animals, 26 Tiny Creatures to Crochet by Sarah Abondio. It's just this cute little book. It cost me, it says here $13.95 Canadian, but it's just so cute. It's just these little crochet critters. Like, I'll show you that picture because there's no pattern on it. So just cute little crochet critters. Again, I thought it'd be fun to crochet them for friends and family. So that was an impulse buy. And so was this one. This one just caught my attention right away. It's called Crochet Ragdolls. So it's 30 Animals and Friends to Snuggle by Sasha Blaze Van Wagtendonk. I'm sorry, I butchered that name. That's the name right there. And this is the book. It is so cute. Again, just a total impulse. I just think ragdolls are really cute. I've always thought ragdolls were cute, and when I saw this, I basically figured I needed to try and make them myself. So like, look at, there's like a bunny. Try not to show the pattern. Like a bunny. So often with the animals, so there's like a bunny, and then there's a baby bunny. I'll show you the one I made in a second. I made one. So like, I'm trying to find a good example. There's like a puppy and a dog, a fox and a kit. The one thing that's funny, so there's a frog, and then my husband's like, well, is the baby one going to be a tadpole? No, it's just a baby frog. So basically, they look the same almost. They're just different stitch counts to make them smaller. Yeah, there's some really cute ones, and then there's also just, I'm trying to get to them. I don't want to skip anything. So there's other animal friends. So there's like a few that are like grown-up baby, and then there's some that are just other animals. So like there's this one's so cute, Calico Cat. I really want to make that one too. And an elephant, a horse, a mouse, a panda. The panda is so cute. Look at that. Look at the eyes on that. And then there's things like there's actually like a doll, a pug, a robot. The robot's cute. So just a really cute, fun book. The patterns are well written. So I decided, so I wanted to use the yarn that the pattern called for because I love the look of it. And it is, let me just find a pattern to read you the name. So it's Sheepshes Stone Washed, and it is a I think it's a sport weight. It's either a sport weight or a DK weight. You can use any yarn you want though. You can use worsted weight if you want. It'll just make the toys come out bigger. So when I went to my local yarn store, she didn't have a whole lot of colors left. So I bought 2 of the ones she had, and then there was a green one, so I bought one of those. She did tell me she was ordering more, so, and so with the green one, I made this one. It is a baby crocodile. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen all of these projects, by the way, just so you know, because it's been a while. So I made the little crocodile, and I just think he's so cute. So the nose is kind of off, but just this little crocodile. It took me basically an afternoon to make. It was mostly trying to figure out the feet and the tail that threw me off, but he's so cute. His little safety eyes. And he's just a little ragdoll. I've had him just sitting out, hanging out on my table. And yeah, I'd be curious to see how big the big crocodile would come out, but I think the little ones would be perfect for babies. Obviously, I probably wouldn't put safety eyes. I'd either paint them or crochet little eyes or embroider them on, but yeah, he's super cute. I think he's super cute, and I love the yarn because it's like, it's soft because it's a cotton acrylic. I think it's either cotton acrylic or cotton wool. I think it's cotton acrylic, but super cute. I just love how floppy ragdoll he is. So I definitely want to make more from this. I know a lot of people with babies, but I don't know them. Like, seems like everybody on my Facebook is having babies right now, but none of my closest friends are. One of my closer friends just had one, but she lives a few hours away from me. I guess I could ship one to her. We'll see anyways, but this one I'm keeping because he's my first one, and I just think he is so cute. Unless my nephew happens to stumble across him and thinks he's adorable, but I have a feeling my younger nephew won't because he loves cars. So, yeah, little baby crocodile. Oh, and I do have one more project. I actually just finished this one last night, so it's finished but not blocked, so it will look a little different once it's blocked. So I wanted to crochet, but I didn't want to have to follow a pattern. You guys know I'm like that. If you've been following me for a while, I don't always like to follow patterns. I like to do my own thing. And I was thinking about my Through the Darkness cowl that I made a 2 months ago. I made 2 of them. And it's moss stitch. If I can, I will try and remember to link to the pattern down below. And it's moss stitch. It uses worsted weight yarn, uses 2 different colors, and I really liked it. And I was like, well, I could probably do that with fingering weight. So I looked in my stash and I came across my Dragon Strings mini set my husband got me for Christmas. I think it was this past year, 2020. I can't really remember though, but I think it was. Doesn't matter. Anyways. And I was like, well, it'd be really cool if I could make a shawl using, like, inspired by the Through the Darkness cowl, but turn it into a shawl. So I started crocheting and I was really liking how it was turning out, but I didn't think it would be big enough for a shawl. So I ended up turning it into a cowl. Excuse me. So it's based off of the Through the Darkness cowl. I did my own kind of thing with it. But obviously I don't want to take the credit because I did base it off of this pattern. So I did do a few things differently, and there's more colors than that pattern. So this is what I came up with. So my mini set actually had 6 colors. But I figured if I added the other 2, it would be way too long. I mean, I could have added the other 2, and I really love the colors on their own, but I didn't, so they're these blue colors. So they're very similar, I find, and I wanted to add them after the blue, and I thought it would have just been too much blue. So I just opted to keep them out. I will use them for something else. And yeah, this is what I came up with. I really like it. It does need to be blocked because it is a little tighter. But I will put it on if I can. Mess up my bun, but I think this will be great in the winter. So definitely needs to be blocked because it's loose. Like, it's not too tight around the neck, but I want it to just sit a little nicer. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. So it's kind of like that. Again, just block it so it sits a little better. And I really enjoyed making it. I'm really liking the moss stitch. There's like this like moss stitch craze going on right now. On Facebook, I'm in a couple of crochet groups. So there's like Crochet Crowd. I'm in Canadian Crocheters crochet group, but I think it's the Crochet Crowd. So many people are making moss stitch blankets right now. A lot of people thought it was a cowl that's going on, but it's literally just people making these blankets. Like, I can't tell you how many posts I've seen using the moss stitch. And I started this before all that had started, and so I just think it's kind of funny how that worked out. But it's really cool to see how the colors work together and how it almost looks like color work. Like, it looks like you're doing every other stitch, but you're using one color at a time on a row. So it's just really neat how it works. So I'm really happy with it. I like the colors. I wasn't sure about this green, so I'm not much of a green person, but yeah, I really like how it looks. So I will definitely block it, and if it looks a lot different when I block it, I will show it to you. But sorry if I'm shaking the camera. So, and I've used up a lot of the yarn, so I do have a little bit of the red left. And for the other colors, this is all I have left of the other 3 colors I used. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm actually thinking of maybe doing something else with the moss stitch. I just pulled out a skein that I might play around with. I don't know yet. Haven't decided what I'm doing for the day. I'm off today. I've been working like crazy. I'm not used to working full time anymore, but it's okay. I will get into the hang of it, I hope. We'll see. But so we'll see how much energy I have. I don't know if I want to crochet or paint or what I want to do today. I might just not do anything. I have no idea. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I have for finished objects. I've been really wanting to finish my corner to corner scrap blanket, but I don't have any scraps left that are worsted weight, and I'm not going to break into some of my half skeins just to finish my blanket. So I can probably dig around and find some other scraps somewhere, but I'm not too worried about it. Anyways, I will stop blabbing and I will let you guys go. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.